Many people believe that Christianity arrived in Africa solely through European evangelization, but this view is based on a misconception. Christianity was present in Africa centuries before the Europeans arrived, especially in ancient Ethiopia. In this video, we will explore the fascinating history of Ethiopian Christians and reveal the secrets of the enigmatic Ethiopian Bible, a sacred text with an ancient and lesser-known canon. Get ready to uncover a part of Christian history that is rarely addressed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video so more people can learn about this surprising story, the secret Ethiopian Bible and the early African Christians. Discover what official books don't reveal. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church is the largest of the Eastern Orthodox churches and one of the few Christian churches in sub-Saharan Africa that originated before European colonization. Its origins trace back to the Christianization of the Aksumite kingdom in 330 AD, and today it is estimated to have between 36 million and 51 million adherents in Ethiopia. Additionally, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church is a founding member of the World Council of Churches. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church is in communion with other Eastern Orthodox churches, including the Eritrean Orthodox Tewahedo Church, the Coptic Orthodox Church of Alexandria, the Malankara Syrian Orthodox Church, the Armenian Apostolic Church, and the Syriac Orthodox Church. Historically, the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church was administratively part of the Coptic Orthodox Church of Alexandria from the first half of the 4th century until 1959, when it received its own patriarch by Pope Cyril VI of Alexandria, then Pope of the Coptic Orthodox Church. The word Tewahedo comes from Guizi, an ancient Ethiopian language, and means united as one. This term refers to the Eastern Orthodox belief in the perfect union of Christ, meaning the complete combination of divine and human natures into a single nature. This concept is fundamental to the divine salvation of humanity, distinguishing it from the belief in the two natures of Christ, which is common among Latin churches, Eastern Catholic churches, Eastern Orthodox churches, Anglican, Lutheran, and many other Protestant denominations. Eastern Orthodox churches follow a Miaphysite Christological perspective rooted in the teachings of Cyril of Alexandria, a major advocate of this view during the Christological debates of the 4th and 5th centuries. Cyril argued that there is one nature of the incarnate Word of God, neophysis tou theologos archamin. According to this view, the hypostatic union, henosis kath hypostasin, asserts that in becoming incarnate, Christ possesses a single nature that fully integrates the characteristics of both divine and human natures without separation, confusion, alteration, or mixture. Miaphysitism claims that in the single person of Jesus Christ, divinity and humanity are united in one nature, physis, preserving the fullness of both. The resistance to this doctrine was significant, with about 500 bishops from the patriarchs of Alexandria, Antioch, and Jerusalem rejecting the doctrine of Diophysitism, which advocates for the existence of two natures, as established by the Council of Chalcedon in 451. This disagreement led to the second major schism in the main body of the Catholic Orthodox Church within the Roman Empire. The tension between the two doctrines contributed to the formation of distinct Christian traditions, reflecting the complexity of Christological issues in the history of the Church. Regarding the origins of Christianity in Ethiopia, there are notable references from ancient sources. John Chrysostom, for example, mentions Ethiopians present in Jerusalem as being able to understand Peter's preaching, as reported in Acts of the Apostles 2:38. This acknowledgement suggests a significant presence of Ethiopians in the early Christian context. Additionally, accounts of apostolic missions in the region we now know as Ethiopia date back to the 4th century. Socrates of Constantinople, a church historian, includes Ethiopia in his list of regions evangelized by the Apostle Matthew. In some traditions, such as the Roman Catholic Church, there are specific mentions of Ethiopia located south of the Caspian Sea, reflecting the extent of Christian influence and missionary presence in this area from the early days of Christianity. These evidences illustrate the early expansion of Christianity beyond the borders of the Roman Empire, reaching distant regions like Ethiopia and highlighting the important role of this region in the early dissemination of the Christian faith. Ethiopian church tradition recounts that Bartholomew accompanied the Apostle Matthew on a mission that lasted at least 3 months. This mission is highlighted in various traditions and historical records related to early Christianity in Ethiopia. The oldest biblical account we have of an African converted to Christianity in the New Testament is that of an Ethiopian official baptized by Philip the Evangelist, distinct from Philip the Apostle, one of the 7 deacons. This episode is recorded in Acts of the Apostles 8:26-27. According to the narrative, the angel of the Lord told Philip, "Go south to the road, the desert road, that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza." Philip followed the instruction and along the way encountered an Ethiopian or an African, specifically a Cushite, a descendant of Cush, son of Ham. This man was a eunuch, a high official in charge of the treasury of the queen of the Ethiopians, Candace. The passage continues by describing how Philip helped the queen's treasurer understand a passage from the book of Isaiah that the Ethiopian was reading. After Philip interpreted the passage as a prophecy about Jesus Christ, the Ethiopian requested to be baptized. Philip then baptized him, marking a significant moment in the spread of Christianity beyond the borders of the Roman Empire and reaching Ethiopia. One fascinating aspect of Ethiopian Christians is their biblical canon, which is notably distinct and extensive. The Bible of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church and the Eritrean Orthodox Tewahedo Church includes a total of 81 books, making it the largest and most diverse canon in traditional Christianity. This canon is significantly larger than those of Catholic and Protestant traditions. The Ethiopian canon is classified into two main categories by scholars: the narrower canon, which includes books common in the West, and the broader canon, which includes 9 additional books not found in the Catholic and Protestant canons. These additional books and the inclusion of varied texts reflect the richness and complexity of the Ethiopian biblical tradition, offering a unique perspective on the scriptures and the history of Christianity. Let's start with the list of books from the Ethiopian Orthodox Bible. First, we'll cover the books of the Old Testament. The list begins with Genesis, followed by Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Next, we have Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 and 2 Samuel, 1 and 2 Kings, and 1 and 2 Chronicles, also including the Prayer of Manasseh. In 13th place, we have the ancient Book of Jubilees, which is not present in either the Protestant or Catholic canons. It is a very ancient book used by Jews during the time of Jesus Christ and a little before. In 14th place is the Book of Enoch, which has become one of the most mysterious and widely studied books outside of our canons. The Book of Enoch is notable for dealing with themes such as fallen angels, giants, and angels of God. I recommend that you study this book a bit more. Next, we have 1 Esdras, 2 Esdras, and 3 Esdras, Tobit, Judith, Esther, and the Maccabees, 1, 2, and 3 Maccabees, also including Arab Psalms, Proverbs, chapters 1 to 24 and chapters 25 to 31, Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiastes, Song of Songs, Ben Sirach, Isaiah, Jeremiah, including Baruch, Lamentations, Letter of Jeremiah, for Baruch, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Amos, Micah, Joel, Obadiah, Jonah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, and Japheth. The collection of New Testament books is considered one of the oldest, based on dating. It includes the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts of the Apostles, Romans, 1 and 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 and 2 Thessalonians, 1 and 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, 1 and 2 Peter, 1, 2, and 3 John, James, Jude, and the Book of Revelation. The Garima Gospels represent the oldest translation of the Bible into Guizi and are the oldest known complete illustrated Christian manuscript. Monastic tradition suggests that these Gospels were composed around 500 AD, a date corroborated by recent carbon analyses. However, samples from Garima II were dated around 390 AD, suggesting an even older origin compared to other manuscripts. On the other hand, dating of samples from Garima I indicated a range between 530 and 660 AD. This date range highlights the significance of the Garima Gospels as one of the earliest witnesses to the Christian biblical tradition. In the Old Testament of the Ethiopian Bible, the standout books are the Book of Jubilees and the Book of Enoch. It is important to remember that both the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees were found among the Dead Sea Scrolls at Qumran and were used by the ancient Essene Jews. Many Jews knew and considered the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees as scriptures during the time of Christ and before. I would love to hear your thoughts on the ancient canon of Ethiopian Christians and what you thought of this video. Are you interested in learning more about the Book of Enoch? If so, leave a comment so I can prepare a specific video about this book in the future. Take care, God bless, and see you soon.